What's up, everybody? This is Trip.
And I'm Jim.
And this is Dead Center, where we try to conversate, not constant hate, and
get to the point.
And today's point is about Kanye West. He's been in the news again. People say he's in the sunken place. Let's just go through a little bit of what he did to receive that label, I guess. He was on Saturday Night Live, had a performance, came out in his Make America Great Again hat, said we should abolish the 13th Amendment, said, you know, the Democrats believe in a slave mentality still. And for those who don't know, the 13th Amendment is what abolished slavery. Then he went and met with Donald Trump. He was talking about how, you know, racism and things like that society creates should not be a reason for us to not at least reach across the aisle and try to talk about our differences. But he did it in a very unexplainable Kanye way. And then he started going off about the president flying on a hydrogen I-plane, and he just, you know, you live by the Kanye and you die by the Kanye. So my take on it, first of all, I applaud anybody who believes that conforming to a certain side of the aisle based on the color of your skin is wrong. I applaud that because it is wrong. I also applaud anybody who says, hey, we have to work together to fix what's wrong. Okay? What I don't like is somebody who's been living in France and who's been in and out of the country, and who T.I. actually did an interview about it, or said something about an interview. He takes little blurbs of information and then runs with it before getting all the knowledge about it. So, like, for instance, the 13th Amendment thing. Yeah, what he meant to say was the 13th Amendment says it will abolish slavery unless somebody commits a crime. Right? That's why you have all this free slave labor as far as prisons are concerned and stuff. And that is trash. You know, I think that is something that we need to have a real conversation about and possibly get away from. But when you present it in a format that makes it look like you're against people of your own color, it's terrible. Look, I agree. Like, the way CNN treated Kanye for all this was abhorrent. Like, for lack of a better word, it was just terrible. They called him the token N-word. You know, said his attacked him, saying his mother's rolling over in her grave. They even thought it would be a good idea to ask Ray J how he felt about it. And we won't go into who Ray J is. If you don't know, look up Ray J and Kim Kardashian, and you'll get a better understanding.
I would Google Ray J, Kim Kardashian, and just go from there.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, but so. Am I the only one who remembers the South Park episode? The gay fish?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, yeah. I get it. The way I see all of this is 2007 Britney, but like he's
way more arrogant.
He's also kind of bending to a political agenda, I would say. I mean, I don't know. There's so much about Kanye that makes this one of those things that you can look at it and go, oh, it's just Kanye. But on the other side of that desk, the person that office belongs to was Donald J. Trump, our POTUS. So it's like, wait, no, he didn't just do this. He didn't just put a MAGA hat on and like get in front of the media and say all this stuff. He said all this stuff in front of the media while holding court with Donald Trump.
With the president of the United States. Look, and we trashed, not trashed, but we said Jay-Z was in the wrong a while back when Meek Mill said he wanted to talk to Donald Trump about prison reform, and Jay-Z said don't do it. It's like, why? Meek Mill would have been the perfect person to talk to. He just got out of prison. He's gone through the system since before he was famous. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't, and I think the hip-hop community would be perfect to talk to about it, because it happens a lot. The street life is a real thing, and anybody who thinks that people in the streets are just worthless, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I encourage you to go read up on some of the historical aspects of some of the, you know, mandatory minimum sentences, all the drug war, all that kind of stuff that is inherently sent at a certain class of people and a race. And it's blatantly racist, and we're starting to get away from it somewhat. But when you say if you're black and you're not a Democrat, then you're a terrible person. It's like, wow, so black people can't think for themselves? You know, like, people of a minority can't think for themselves? Is that wrong? Look, I lean left a lot socially, but I also believe somebody has a right to feel how they feel and talk how they would like to talk. All right? So I can't get behind everything Kanye West says because he's Kanye West. Like, I don't know how Republicans are standing there going, hey, look, it's a black guy that likes us. Dude, this is Kanye West. He's been crazy since I don't know how long. You know, like he's been doing off the wall things like this. So like I said before, live by the Kanye, die by the Kanye. However, you know, don't hang him for his, you know, discrepancies or his, sometimes he babbles, you know, don't hang him for this. It's just, it's not a bad, I guess my point is the point is it's not a bad thing to have a conversation with the other side, and hanging somebody out to dry for it is wrong.
Yeah, but I think what he did was make a big to-do about joining a team, more or less. I mean, he threw the hat on and just started rambling, but he started rambling as best he could from a perspective that would be considered right-wing.
Right, but the vitriol for him for that is unreal. And that's what I go back to the kind of, the like blatant racist statements that Don Lemon was making, that some of their correspondents were making on this subject, the hatred they were giving him. Look, I get it. He put on a MAGA hat and was just talking out of his backside. You know, it makes me feel like Superman. This is my cape. Like, all right, Kanye, I get it. Calm down. But to take that and run it to the level that you have, there's plenty of things to dissect about Kanye that have nothing to do with politics. All right. So instead of going straight to, you know, you're an Uncle Tom, why are we not talking about, hey, man, why haven't you been focusing this energy on your music? Why haven't you been focusing this energy into your artists? Why haven't you been focusing this energy or money into actually providing a better way out for certain people that you're trying to stick up for, rather than going and just blabbing the first thing that comes to your mind every chance you get?
I agree with that. I also think that maybe you're dipping your toes into the shut up and entertain me mentality that, you know, LeBron doesn't like, the shut up and dribble movement.
Well, it's funny, you didn't hear that from anybody on the right when Kanye did it, even though he's bat crazy.
Right. I mean, if it's one of those things where someone wants to say, put this effort into what you normally do, I feel like that's kind of poking a stick at him and saying dance.
Well, then I'm not trying to say that. It's just,
but at the same time, like, I like the fact that he's getting politically involved. I'm not one of those people that thinks that celebrities are a great source of opinion, but I also think that it's a good thing that they have opinions and that they come out and talk about them.
It's always good if you have a platform to use it.
Right. Why not? I mean, you have a voice. People listen to your voice, and I mean, you could sit there and say, oh, they have mindless followers. Though that's the mindless followers.
I mean, everybody has mindless followers. I mean, look at our president.
Yeah, I don't want to call all of his followers mindless.
But he has Hillary Clinton has mindless followers. Look,
yes.
The point is,
they put on a red or blue blindfold. I understand.
Yeah. The point is, everybody's got mindless followers, and everybody probably has a bad opinion here or there, if not more. So to hang Kanye out to dry for calling himself, I mean, when all this first popped off, what did he say? He straight up said, I don't know much about his politics, but what I do know is that he's somebody who scares the hell out of the establishment, more or less. Right? I know he's somebody who is going to get it, and I feel like we're cut from the same cloth. You know, when you come out and say that, and it's completely disregarded, it shows you where the agenda is on both sides, especially if you watch how it goes. So,
well, we'll see. We'll see what he continues to do, because there is the theory that he's doing all of this just to put on a hat and get looked at and stay relevant and promote himself. I mean, that might be, branding might be one of those things where I look at
as a genius, as a voice of a generation.
No, but like what the whole thing where he was talking about how he looks at Donald Trump as a father figure, or whatever he was saying about that. Like,
yeah, and again, that goes back to talking out of your back. Like,
well, it also might be embedded in a little bit of truth, because the first time around he was basically saying that Donald Trump is an excellent brand. He himself is the genius brander. And I think that Kanye might be looking at it as like a take me under your wing and let me ride these coattails and see if I can't learn something from you.
But that doesn't make him an Uncle Tom.
No, it doesn't.
I'm not saying and that's my point. I guess that's the point that I'm getting.
Yeah, my point is there is that theory that he's just trying to ride the limelight, and if that's the case, it will be abundantly clear sooner rather than later.
All right. Well, I mean, this wasn't going to be a long episode anyway, so I'm Trip.
And then I'm Jim.
And this is Dead Center, where we try to conversate, not concentrate, and get to the point.
See y'all.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair.